All right, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the Cloud Underground podcast. Thanks for joining me. I am Laura Riley, founder and co-founder and CEO of Cloud Underground. And it's taken us a couple years to get to this point, but we're finally here. We've reached double digits with the Cloud Underground podcast. And I'm really excited to be here this year and excited to just be doing more podcasting and live streaming and whatnot here in 2023. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done a podcast. 2022 was very much a year of development for Cloud Underground, which is why we were a little more like working behind the scenes, working to, just get things built up, getting our products ready to go. The first year is a lot of like exploration. The second year is a lot of building. So that's what we've been doing. And now we are here. You're going to be seeing a lot more of us like front and center, and super excited for that. And super excited for you guys to just get to know us better. That's the whole point of the podcast. And I think you will be hopefully like what you see and want to learn more. So if you are interested in learning more about Cloud Underground, seeing more live streams in the future, seeing our podcasts that I'm going to be hopefully doing every week from here on out, you can like this video, subscribe, and we will you'll get alerts, or like hit the bell and you'll get alerts when we go live in the future. So exciting stuff. I am actually gonna like talk a little bit real quick while I jump over to YouTube and see if anyone is watching. I will be paying attention to the chats. So here we go. If you want to chat with me on YouTube, say hi. Anyway, so here we are, Cloud Underground podcast. So I have been working on a series of, get to know Cloud Underground better. And within that series, I did the first of 3 parts, which are to outline each of the foundational pillars that Cloud Underground is essentially built upon. Pillar number 1 is first principle thinking. I talked a lot about that in an episode, which I will link and share around. You can find that on our YouTube channel. And then so first principles thinking essentially being getting back to basics. When you're doing development, don't reinvent wheels, stick to what works. First principles thinking, breaking ideas down to like their most basic parts and starting there and building up. So that's kind of high level. Again, I got way into it in an episode in the past, so you can go check that out. Actually, maybe I'll jump over and see if I can find that real fast, and I can drop that in the chat for everyone for that podcast. It was a good episode, so I'm definitely going to share it. Copy link, and there's that. Then my next episode that I did in this series was about cloud native development, which is the other like foundational like technical principle that everything that we do here at Cloud Underground is built around. So let me grab that lovely little link for you here and share that. So that was the next episode, dropping that in the chat too. And then of course, here we are. So the last of our 3 principles is living the lifestyle that you want. I realized the other day that I haven't worked in a sort of traditional job with a W-2. I've been essentially my own boss as a contractor, and then as a business owner, a more formal like business owner, since I was 29. Oh my goodness, I guess 2017 I've been doing this. So a good chunk of time I've been working as an entrepreneur, and it gives you a lot of freedom. It doesn't mean that everything's like happy-go-lucky, like roses and butterflies all the time. That first year that I had to pay taxes as a contractor was awful and sad, and I hated every moment of it. And every quarter that I had to go pay taxes was just like oh, there goes my bank account, sort of a thing. So, that is what it is. And of course, as an entrepreneur, there's going to be things that you don't like doing. And especially when you first start out, you're going to have to do those things because there's no one else to do them. Eventually, hopefully you can make some money and then pay people to do those things that you hate doing. But when you're first starting out, like you're the one doing the things. Whether that's, figuring out how to do accounting or finding an accountant or, maybe you hate doing blogging, but you have to write blogs for SEO purposes and you know that it's the best way to get business or whatever. And so you make yourself do it. Well, at some point you can outsource those little things, but until you have the resources, then a lot of times you just gotta do it. You just gotta do the things that you don't like to do. So that's kind of the less fun side of being an entrepreneur. But, we really advocate in all of our programs, just about everything we do at Cloud Underground, all of our products, all are kind of centered around this idea that you can start your own company, you can build your own product. Even if you're working at another job, if you have a cool idea and no one's listening to you, go and take that idea and spin it up and build your own product. I'm sure, if it's something that you would probably use at your job, there's probably a lot of people out there who would, use your idea. So we really encourage people to start building things on the side. There's really easy and affordable ways to do that. Just come on over to cloudunderground.dev and you can learn a lot more about that kind of stuff. And we highly encourage people to do that, partly because of this idea that you can really take back control of your life, of your lifestyle, of the things that you're doing, your schedule, spend more time with your family when you are able eventually to go full time on your own business. And it's, again, not all of it is glamorous, but it is, it does give you a lot of freedom and flexibility that you just don't have in a normal, typical kind of 9-to-5 corporate work environment. Of course, building that kind of life, it takes time. It's not fast. It's not easy. We talk about it in our MVP program. It's like a 3-year cycle to kind of get to from the point of, you're developing a product to releasing a product to like scaling a product. And here at Cloud Underground, we've been going now as in this current business as Cloud Underground for 2 years. And so we're now entering this stage of, scaling our products, taking what we've been working on for the last 2 years with feedback from our market and feedback from all of, our amazing people in our audience, including, everyone out there who's seeing this. We love to hear from everyone. And we take those, comments, feedback, suggestions, and especially this past year when we were in development phases, we were updating the Underground Nexus pretty much constantly. Underground Nexus is, of course, our copy-paste data center and software factory pipeline. It's open source, free to use. You can install it on just about anything that runs Docker desktop. So there you go. So of course, part of all of this, part of building the life that you want, part of being an entrepreneur is finding tools that work for you and that help you get your time back. Especially when you're in early phases of business, you do a lot of the work yourself. Just take it from me, at Cloud Underground, we have, our 4 core founders, which is now kind of our core co-founders, and now we have a 5th person with Ken, and all of our Underground Ops folks. We have some amazing people in our dojo that we who are very active in our development. Shout out to Chris and Joe and Stephanie and a lot of the people out there who are always doing really cool and active things in our communities. We couldn't do it without you guys. But a little tangent there, but I kind of lost my train of thought. What was I even talking about before that? Let me get back to my notes here. Oh yeah, so a lot of when you first start out, you have to do a lot of things yourself. At Cloud Underground, I do pretty much all of our web design, web development. I write all the copy. I do all of that sort of thing. NATO does a lot of the development, and Jordan does a lot of the testing. Randy helps with a lot of the testing. We all have our little jobs that we do, and we all, support each other, of course. But when there's only 4 of you, everyone has to do a lot of things that they don't necessarily like, or things that they don't necessarily even have time for. When there's a small team, there's a lot of things that need to get done that can be, kind of hard to do in a timely manner. It can take a lot of time. I in my past life was a copywriter, writing like marketing copy, and it can take you like an hour to write a blog, and probably not, and even if no one's going to read it, you kind of need it for like SEO purposes to drive traffic. It's great, content that you can share on your social medias. So it's worth it to write a blog. But it's time consuming. And now it's like amazing because I'm going to show you a few tools that I use on a regular basis now, some new tools that I think are going to really like change particularly marketing, website building, web design. I think a lot of these things are going to be heavily impacted by automation and AI, and some amazing tools that are out there that you can use to, create even better content way faster than you ever could before. So I'm going to show you guys some cool automation tools that will help you get your time back when you're building a business, when you're trying to market your business, when you're trying to create your website. I'm gonna help you figure out some of those things. So let me just move some windows around here, and we're gonna hop into some of my favorite tools over here, and I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, here we are. So as you guys know, of course, this whole text to image, AI generated images is huge right now, really cool. There's some amazing tools, Midjourney being one. Midjourney is just another pretty advanced like AI image generation tool. You can access it on Discord, and I'm not going to actually show you guys that one today, but just other than to mention it and just say that you can go and start using Midjourney. They give you, I think, 25 images for free, and then after that you can like subscribe to their service and use them. Another really cool tool that you can use for free completely is Canva. Canva just released a text to image tool, and Nathan just showed this to me like last week, and since then I've become kind of obsessed. We actually do use Canva Premium for Cloud Underground stuff, but I had a free account for a while, and I just switched over to my free account to see if you can use it in the free version. And guess what? This is my not paid for account, and sure enough, you can definitely do text to image. So let's just try something. So I thought maybe we could hypothetically say that we're starting like a cybersecurity game. So we're going to try and create some content around this idea that we're starting a cybersecurity game. So let's just try and like generate some images here. Oh, and just by the way, when you go into Canva, you can go, and I almost always do like a LinkedIn post just because it's a nice like square design. So you can just have a nice square like post. Oops. Oh my goodness. Square post that you can get into. So anyway, here we are. And so if we're going to do a cybersecurity game, okay. The first thing before we even generate the image, one thing I did before I even jumped on this podcast episode was I thought we could try and write some copy with ChatGPT. We can use ChatGPT to outline some website copy. It'll generate everything for you essentially. So I got into my ChatGPT account, and I asked, what would be a good name for a cybersecurity video game? And it gave some really cool. So that's, you can even start with that. If you have a product, but you don't know what to call it, and it can be hard to come up with good like brand names or whatever, company names. Go ask the AI. The AI will give you suggestions, and then you can go from there. So it says it kind of depends on, of course, the theme and style of the game. But here's some ideas. Hack Attack, which would work for a fast-paced game that involves hacking into systems and defending against online attacks. Cyber Siege, Crypto Quest, Virtual Vigilance, or Cyberpocalypse. Ooh, okay. So I'm actually really liking Cyberpocalypse. So let's pretend we are creating a dystopian future game where people are surviving cyber threats. And we're going to call it Cyberpocalypse. So we have our name for the thing. So let's just see what we can generate over here. Let's say logo. I'm just curious. I'm not even sure. I haven't even tried some of these things. So we're going to see just what happens when we do this. Logo. Cyberpocalypse. How about we do cyber apocalypse, line drawing, future, dystopian. That was another word that it gave us. So we'll just try that. We'll just see. It can surprise me, and we'll just generate it. Ooh, okay. Detected words that may result in unsafe. Maybe this. We'll get rid of that one. We'll just get rid of apocalypse because it's probably gonna not like that. So okay, that's good to know. It's nice to know that it'll filter out things that it thinks would be bad. We don't want to generate any inappropriate images here. Let's see what we get. It takes a minute, but no big deal. I've been using this. Oh, here we go. Oh, I love this. Some of these are pretty cool. I'm already digging this. Let's put this one in. So here you go. You could see how you could use this. Okay, so one thing that I have noted about AI is that it really struggles with like putting like writing. It tries to put writing, like this is where your copy could go, you know, for your image. You'd probably have to do some like editing. You'd probably have to take some of these like details out, like, you know, black out this and like put your copy in here for your Cyberpocalypse game or whatever. But some of these are kind of interesting. I might take out line drawing and just say that. Logo, cyber, future, dystopian. Oops. And see what comes up with that. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Wow, okay. Here you go. So, like I said, there is another tool out there that you can use, which I can never remember the name of it. I haven't even been trying it. Oh, Midjourney. Midjourney is really cool. And Midjourney, essentially, you can tell it to stylize the image. You can tell it like what kind of style to, you know, make the image in. Like I made one today that was in like the style of Salvador Dali for this other podcast that I'm working on for like just personal projects, and really cool stuff. So I'm kind of new to the Canva one, and so I'm curious like how in depth you can go. But it seems like, you know, when I said line drawings, it gave me some pretty much just like line drawing, black and white sort of thing. So you probably can tell it colors and that sort of thing too, whatever you want to help it. I'm sure the more the better. So let's see what we came up with here. Going kind of slow. I'm not a huge fan of this, but you know, at least you guys get the idea. There's a lot of random things that you can do here to to make some cool stuff. And you can refine it, give it more prompts, take prompts away, and just see what happens. Wow, this one's going kind of slow. I think it's probably like hung up on this like dystopian thing. It's like, what is this? What does this mean as far as an image goes? What is dystopian art? Logo art. Anyway. Well, okay, so while that's thinking, let's jump over to the next side of this. So I wanted to, like I said, I got into ChatGPT because I was also kind of curious some of the things that we are working on here. And so one thing you can do is like, I kind of worked on this earlier. So you can give it some prompts. You can have it like give you like an outline website or a website outline. So give me an outline for a cybersecurity gaming website or cybersecurity. Okay, how about we'll mix this up a little bit. Give me an outline for a website for a cybersecurity game called Cyber Apocalypse, including a banner, so that'll be like the top, a tagline, call to action button, features section, and about the cybersecurity game section. And there you go. It's gonna like spit some stuff out. So sure, here you go, hero banner. Very cool. A dramatic image of a city being attacked by a cyber threat. Oh, okay, that's cool. Maybe that's our next LinkedIn design here. It did come up with some interesting things. I kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of liking these ones, sort of like logo-y. I'm just gonna drop a few in, and then we'll try this next prompt. Dramatic image of a city. Let's just copy that. Well, I don't know. It might not like attach. We'll see. All right. Well, whatever. That we'll have to play around with that. How about we just do futuristic cyber city landscape at night. Okay, we'll see what that comes up with. And let's look back at here. So, it didn't, okay, it did give us a tagline. The banner could include a tagline such as the ultimate survival game in a world under cyber attack to give visitors a sense of the game's theme and gameplay. Very cool, love it. Call to action would be play now or join the fight. When clicked, the button could take visitors to a page where they can download or purchase the game. See, ChatGPT is giving you everything you need. It's even telling you like what landing pages you should create. This is awesome. Feature section, highlight the key gameplay mechanics and features of the game. And about the game. The about could provide more information about the game's storyline, setting, and character development. So it's not giving us exactly there, but it's giving us some nice prompts, you know, things that would be helpful for if you're sitting down and writing. What's the storyline? Where is it set? Who are the characters? So there you go. That's some great outlining. This is a cool little outline for your website for your Cyberpocalypse game. And I'm just curious what kind of images we've generated over here. Oh, these are so cool, guys. Look at this. Look at this. This is free. This is totally free. I'm just going to drag these on and then we're going to like blow them up so we can see them. Oh, look at this. Wow. I feel like I am looking at like the cover of like a sci-fi novel or something. This is so cool. Or like some spec art. Wow. Yep. Very cool. Love it. Canva, guys. Canva. It's free. And there you go. I love it. I love it. I love these ones that are like in front of the water and you get like the cool reflection. This reminds me of a place that I live, or a place that I used to ride my bike by when I lived in The Hague. This is very futuristic, like it. Kind of like the Matrix pods or something. I don't know. I think this one's my favorite though. I just love the colors and like this cool building. Wow. Okay. Very cool. I get so like excited when I start like jumping into the AI stuff, and when I I made a LinkedIn post about this the other day, so you've already heard this perspective from me, but when I was working as a writer, well, I still write a lot, but when I was working as, in particular, a copywriter doing marketing copy I was working for an agency, and I wasn't making a ton of money. I was getting paid hourly to write, really boring copy that was essentially just, to drive SEO traffic to, small businesses, which was great. I loved being able to help businesses out, but writing really boring copy is just, it's boring. Even the people writing it, don't like it. The people reading it, it's not that exciting either, but you kind of search for the garage door repairman in your area, and somebody's got to write that copy. Somebody's got to do it about how to maintain your garage door for the winter. So anyway, but now you don't have to. You can go to ChatGPT and ask it to write you a blog post with 5 bullet points on, how to maintain your garage door in the middle of winter. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do. It doesn't SEO optimize at this point, but that's why I think being an editor is going to be the way to the thing of the future. So when I was writing copy like that, that's kind of when the talk started coming out of AI can write copy. And it was particularly with news, I think, AI can write news stories. And I think maybe even Axios, that's essentially, I could be wrong. I probably shouldn't say that, but I think there is an online news organization that's essentially a lot of what they do is they write AI generated news copy. And at the time I was like, oh no, you can never replace me and my human voice. And, an AI could never write as good as a person. But ChatGPT really can, especially when it's, something just dry and boring, like a blog post about a garage door. That's easily something that ChatGPT could do for you in about 20 seconds versus the hour that it's probably going to take a normal person to sit down and actually do some research and, get the keywords in. So if ChatGPT does it, then you can take that copy about your, whatever it might be, make it more personalized to your actual business, put in the keywords and key phrases you need for SEO purposes, and there you go. It'd probably take you about 10 minutes versus an hour, and you don't even have to have great grammar skills anymore. So there you go. Again, I used to be really threatened by this kind of thing when I was a writer and making barely more than minimum wage to write marketing copy, but I'm not threatened anymore. I'm wow, I wish I had known about these sorts of things. Then I would have probably used them. And then I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I would have cheated at my job, but I don't know. I can't see why companies would continue to pay people to do these sorts of tasks when you can have an AI do it for you. Pay an editor actual money to edit the AI copy. And I don't know. That's my 2 cents. As an editor also, though, I think that's really where this is all going. You need a human editor to kind of massage in the humanness. But the AI does a good job. So why reinvent the wheel? Again, first principles. If there's something that can do it faster, cheaper, better, why would you not? As an entrepreneur, I'm saying why would you not? So anyway, there you go. Cloud Underground, we're all about getting your time back, reclaiming your time, reclaiming your life, owning your products, and in that way you can have the life mic tap, the life of your dreams. You can make it happen for yourself. Start out, on the side. You don't have to go all in all at once. You can start building a business while you're working at a regular job or doing whatever, and you can build it up. You can slowly take your time. It does take time. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for the long haul. Be prepared for the 3-year cycle. And if you can tough that out, then you can do it. You can definitely make the life that you want using first principles thinking, cloud native technology, and, the business models that we use like we do here at Cloud Underground. So we did it. You can too. That's the core. So I'm going to hop over to my chat one last time. I did kind of abandon it a little bit when I hopped over into some other things. Thanks, Nito, for paying attention, and thanks everyone else for watching, whether you're here live or after the fact. I'd love to hear from you if you have any topics that you'd like to hear me discuss on the podcast related to Cloud Underground or, Cloud Native, edge computing, any of these things that we here at Cloud Underground are into and often do. I'd love to hear it. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. All right. Well, thanks, everyone.